photographer is one of our alumni, Mr. Jeffrey Tony, a graduate from Columbia. Hi, Miss Ashley. Hello.
Can't photograph myself with alcoholic beverages in my hand right now.
That's juice.
They gave me this grape juice. They said the flavor was purple. I'm trying to stay with purple.
I'm currently working in management with United Parcel Service, working aggressively and working on my career and my dreams at the same time. But enough about me. What I want to do right now is introduce the MC of the evening. It's Claudia Wong with KTVT. You guys hear me pretty good? It's the first time I've done this, so Alright, so a little bit about Ms. Wong, who has 23 years of experience in the industry of journalism. She's working as a news anchor, reporter, and host for her own podcast here in the Bay Area. She's helped KTVU launch the first weekend morning newscast, and some of her awards and recognition is Peabody Award 2009 March Shooting Reporter, Emmy, the National Academy of Emmy, the National Academy of Television and Arts and Science in 2014 and 2015. Breaking News, Napa Earthquake Anchor, Emmy, the National Academy of Television, Arts and Science 2012 and 2013. Special events coverage, Chinese New Year Parade, co-host and Associate Press Award. She's stacking, guys. She's a wonderful person, a wonderful personality, and we couldn't pick a better person to be the MC for tonight. So, no further ado, I want to introduce Ms. Claudia Wong.
Good evening. Thanks so much for having me tonight. Really, such a privilege. And when Orly Brown calls you and says, would you like to MC our 31st annual Promise Dinner and Auction, you say, yes. Yes. 100% yes. I have been a journalist for a long time, and I've got to tell you that sometimes you go on stories and you walk out of an interview and you say, that's it. I'm a better person just from having met this person right here. And it's true. So last October I got to do a story, and I got to meet Albert, and I got to meet Miss Brown. And I've got to tell you that it is inspiring not to just see the way that they have helped people, that she has helped children, but how it comes from deep within her soul, is in the fabric of who she is. And this passion and this promise doesn't come because you're like, I think I should do something. It's because you have no choice, because you are compelled by the size of your heart and the goodness of your soul to make this change. And everyone you touch in that world makes the world a better place because they've had the privilege to know her and to be a part of the promise. And if you talk to someone like Albert, who is on this amazing journey, who has achieved so much, and who was this kid who didn't know he could dream the things he could dream and reach for the things that he could reach for, and then he reached for them. And all the time had Mama Brown saying, of course you can do it, and I'm also going to give you the hard truth. And I'm not going to just sugarcoat it. I'm going to make you come to tutoring on Saturdays. I'm going to make you do your work. And I'm going to be there every step of the way. And to meet them and see that relationship, and know when she sits down with him that you see not only the passion and the dedication, the love, and the commitment over all those years, you know you're watching something incredibly special. And then you think about all the other kids that she's helped. And all the other kids are in the process right now. And all the other kids that have the potential to be helped. And your mind just gets blown. And you walk out of that interview and you say, wow, If I could only tell that story, if I could only do it justice. And you know, you kind of never will, because it's bigger than you. And just like tonight, it's bigger than us, but if we can inspire tonight to dig deep, to put an extra bid on the silent auction, to stage that live auction and just do it, and then to walk out that door and be a little bit better. Have an OLB Brown Day, right? Where we just feel a little deeper and walk out there every day and say, you know what, that changed me, and hopefully I change someone else, and then the change continues. And that's what I think 31 years later, in all the work that she's done. Thank you for letting me be a part of this tonight.
Oh, tu me vois dans ses bras, il me parle du bois, je vois la diamante. Il me dit des mots de tous les jours, et ça fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur pour ne pas de bonheur dont je connais la cause.
One more time. Heads? Tails? Yeah. We'll see if you prove it wrong, heads. Oh, this is a good game. I like that. You flipping this?
No, I'm not. I'm not touching that thing.
All right. Now, heads or tails? Do we have anybody switching? Everybody stand. One switch, two switch. Okay. Three switch. All right. Guess what? Heads have to finally sit down.
Dr. Coleman, you're glad that you chose otherwise. Because you have to date, 52 movies and TV shows to his credit. And he is a Bay Area guy, and doesn't it really just make us so proud to see when people go and achieve amazing things, and then come here, where he still has a little bit of time commitment, because he's a movie premiere, and when he's told he has a time constraint, he's like, no, I want to stay here longer. So now we have to, regulate him and say, no, you actually have to go to the premiere of the movie that you're in. But we are so grateful that he came here to speak to us tonight. And it says a lot about his commitment to the community and commitment to doing good, which is remarkable. Mr. Lumbercomer.
Honestly, have to say to everybody here tonight, what can I say, honestly, about OLB Brown that hasn't been said already? And just as a person, I would like everybody to just right now stand up and give her a round of applause. I mean, for real. And I also want to say thank you for me here. I had no idea how magnanimous this woman is, or was, or is that have, will continue eventually. It's tried to get away. Ladies and gentlemen, OLB Brown. She was sitting right here next to me, and she said, you know, I wish they wouldn't do that. I wish they wouldn't say my name. It's so embarrassing. I leaned over and I told her, I'm like, well, you're going to be embarrassed tonight because I'm going to say your name at least 5 times in this speech I have for you all. And, you know, I was going on to say that thank you. Thank all of you, and thank you, man, for the opportunity and the honor to be here. You know, because I think and I believe education is one of the most important aspects of growth in our youth today. I believe that to the depths of my heart. And I believe through every pore of my body that teachers and anyone who tries to uphold education in our society should be paid like celebrities. Yeah. I believe anything geared toward the education of our youth that would otherwise lead some of our students, as they say, have them fall through the cracks, or have them left behind, or just even receive a mediocre education. Anything like that sustains what I believe to be an education, and it should be honored by something very much more substantial. But, you know, I wasn't going to mention it, but I'm surprised you haven't been honored with the Nobel Peace Prize. And I don't know how we can get that done, but I think that's something that we should think about. Something that, I mean later, because we had that conversation, and I don't want you out there in the forefront because we need you here. We don't need the leaders trying to take my sister. Not ever, not in the day. Anyway, on a better, higher note, I met a man a long time ago, and he told me the way to grab an audience's attention is to say these magical words because we all were raised with these magical words. Once upon a time, there was a woman who had a dream in 1987, and I'm here on the 31st annual celebration of that dream, honored to speak in front of you all. And, you know, I just feel privileged. But once upon a time, I met a man. And he told me something. Yeah. He's actually sitting in the audience. I think I was about 7 years old, and I had an IQ test. And believe it or not, on the IQ test. Okay, I digress. Let me back up a little bit. The man told me that one day I'm going to have children of my own. And the knowledge that I have, and the knowledge that my friends have, if we impart that knowledge on our children, then our children get to take not only my knowledge, but my friends' knowledge, and my mother's knowledge, and my grandmother's knowledge, and my cousin's knowledge, and they get to put it on top of one another, to add to the knowledge that they come with in their educational awareness as they grow up in this age and time that they grow up in, that we will never be able to understand because we're not going to grow up in that time. But at least we can give them the knowledge that we have so that they can do better. And that young man is sitting right over there. He told me that. I don't even know if he remembers. But the funny part of that story, and my cousin Robert Wayne, I can keep standing for a second. No, you don't understand. The reason I'm acknowledging you right now is because I wouldn't be where I am today. And because... Yes, sir. Slow down. All right. Woo! Because I didn't have, once again, thank you, I didn't have an OLB Brown. John, who is one of the people that sits on your board, invited me here. And he didn't have an OLB Brown. He had a Robert Wayne Agnew. That's what we had. Thank you, Robert Wayne Agnew. Thank you, OLB Brown. Anyway, there's no saying. It takes a village to raise a child. Like we all agree on. And we also agree that it takes a village to educate a child. And I found out today that not only does it take a village, but it also takes a foundation to raise a child. And again, I'm going to say your name. Thank you, OLB Brown, for this foundation. You know, for everything that and the passion and what you do. And I mean, because I had all this written down, and then I met the woman. You know what I'm saying? I met the woman, and I saw the passion, and I saw the dedication. And I don't even know if y'all know. How many of y'all got brown bags with orange paper in them? How many? Just tell me how many. Raise your hand if you have a brown bag with an orange piece of paper in it. Ask me how those brown bags with those orange pieces of paper got here today. I will tell you that this woman went to her home and put them in the back of a truck personally and brought every last one of them here today. I watched her. I got here early, and I watched her stand out there and check and make sure that the pins that needed to be on the clipboards and everybody to do what they needed to do with the pins were there. She personally went and put those pins on those clipboards. I'm sorry. I made it wrong. Maybe she didn't put them there, but I watched her look to make sure that they were there. And I found out why this foundation works, why it is what it is today. You know, everybody talks about God. I'm going to talk about OLB Brown real fast for y'all. I'm going to talk about this woman right here and how what the woman is. And, you know, I'd like to share a story with y'all. You know, just because, you know, there's a quote by Malcolm X. And Malcolm X says, education is our passport to the future. Tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. That's what Malcolm X says. And that's a wonderful quote, and I fully agree with that. But you know what? Unfortunately, in this society that we live in, you see, we were grandfathered into this society. And we didn't have a choice except to participate in this economic framework that we were grandfathered into. And to be in this society, you have to have money. And to have money, you have to work. Because the bills, they never stop coming. Right? I was going to school to become a doctor. Mind you, I was in university, I was still in college. That's what I was doing. So I don't want y'all to, you know, get all heartbroken when I tell y'all I didn't finish. I made it to university to become a doctor because in the midst of all that, I decided to take an acting class. Okay? And I realized that I had to go home and tell my mother that I wasn't going to school to become a doctor, that I was going to school to become an actor. And the reason that's, I mean, you might not find it so important, but to me, it was because I watched my mother go from welfare to working in someone's home, working in our home, and then cleaning somebody else's home to make money. And then going to nursing school. And then becoming a full-fledged licensed vocational nurse during the swing shift at Martinez Hospital. And, you know, just another great woman, again, I'm going to say her name, like OLB Brown, doing what they can to make sure that young men like me can have, you know, everything in life that we need. And I knew it was kind of a good thing because, you know, they were all black. And they put it in the newspaper. You know, the fact that she and about 15 other women just received their education. And it was through a program. You know, a program set aside for young black women back in 1967, we're talking about. And here it is. What, 20 years later, OLB Brown started her own program to help young black women and young black men further their education and things like that. You know, I have to go over, I have to start talking about other things for a second, y'all bear with me. Because, you know, when I did early 80s, 1984, my brother did it before me, 1982, we all went to trade school. It was a little program, like the foundation, like the OLB Foundation. My government, it was called SEED. It was set up so, you know, if you were underprivileged, which I believe we are, and if you were a minority, another word that I hate, because we are not minorities and we are not underprivileged. I think our children are just, you know, I believe our children are just mismanaged. That's all I believe. I believe they're just mismanaged with foundations like the OLB Brown Foundation that the management is set in place. And it should be national, it should just be local. It's something else that I talked to her about. But anyway, let me get back to this little story. See the program. My brother, a lot of our friends, we all went through that program. We all got education. I became a certified welder. Before I was ever an actor, I was a carpenter. I hung lights. I did all kinds of things to make sure when I went to Hollywood to become an actor, I wasn't going to starve. You know, before I became an actor. So let me get back to this. And then there came Reaganomics. Now we're talking about the early 80s, you know, 1980, 1984, 1988, when they kicked him out of office, where all that happened. But there was an epidemic in our neighborhoods in the 80s, and this whole Reaganomic thing where he closed down the CETA program. He closed down a lot of insurance that was taking care of our elderly and our mentally disabled. He closed those programs down, and he kicked them back out in the streets. He took education from our children, and he took our elderly and sat them back in the streets. Not only did he do that, but he also brought crack cocaine into our neighborhood. Because we didn't know how to do none of that. We didn't know how to cook crack cocaine. We had drug dealers and guns. I'll tell you a little excerpt from my childhood. One day, I lived by railroad tracks. One day, I believe it was planned. One day, we saw an empty boxcar just sitting on the railroad tracks. So of course, we all ran over there to see what was in it. Cracked it open, radios and component sets and all these things. And we, oh man, it was, you know, it was a good day for us because we got all these electronics and everything. And then a month later, there was another railroad car sitting on the railroad tracks, left alone, just like that first one. We ran over there. You wouldn't believe what was in it. Guns. They brought them in a railroad car and dropped them off in our neighborhood. I'm just talking back to what I was talking about. Crack cocaine, Reaganomics, 1980 to 1988, right? Somewhere in the middle of that, not in the middle, somewhere right at the end of that, 1987, I think it was. A woman was on her way to work, like she normally is. And she decided to go to the same store she went to here. And if I read it correctly, she had a soda pop, salty peanut fetish. And she was going to the store where she bought her soda pop and her salty peanuts every morning at the same time. And she ran into this little girl in 1987. I'm going to digress a little bit and remind you that Reaganomics cut out the CETA program. Reaganomics put our elders back in the street. Reaganomics drove cocaine into our neighborhoods and took education and took the lives of our children. I'm just saying that to say again, and then this woman that met this 5-year-old had an idea. She had an idea and she wanted to put it to task. And that woman is sitting right here in front of me right now. A warrior.
Get out of here.
A warrior against Reaganomics and the powers that be. And now has taken not the first 23 that she guaranteed she was going to take through school and get that education. But now, I've read correctly, 136 students are now going through that program. You know, and I'm here, and this speech I wrote is all over the place right now. And I'm just talking to y'all because I want y'all to understand something. I'm a man that speaks from my heart, and I honestly believe that somewhere, I don't know why y'all are here, I know some of y'all here because y'all homeless. I know some of y'all are here because y'all really understand what this woman is going through and what her plight is in this world, and I know some of y'all here write checks to keep this foundation going. I know some of y'all here do that. But let me tell you why I'm here to get back on this mic. Because I had no idea what she did. I'm not going to stand there and lie to you. I had no idea. My cousin called me. And my cousin is on the board of this foundation. And my cousin said, Glenn, we having this annual dinner, and I want you to come speak. And I'm like, you know, I'm talking to other people. Man, I'm getting afraid of talking to other people. I get up here and do a monologue. You know, I put on a mask and perform for y'all. I do that all day. And you know, I get be in tears and laughing and all that. I do that well. But this I don't do well. But this I decided to do because I'm from here. In the words of a wonderful person I met when I got here, I'm not just from here, I'm from here. Thank you, Lisa. I'm from here. I'm born and raised in Richmond, California, and in the Eastern Hill Project. This is my hometown. And my cousin called me and told me to come talk. So here I stand in front of you, scared to death. Close to tears. But I'm going to stand up here and talk to y'all because you know what? If it makes y'all feel good that I'm standing up here talking, I just stand up here and talk. I'm not going to. I'm not going to, but I could be here all night. And I can talk to y'all all night about the things that I believe. Again, I'm going to try to get back to this speech I wrote. So where was I? Brown Foundation, education, my mother, welfare, vocational nurse, receiving education, Brown, yes, medical field. That's what I was getting ready to do. And then I had to tell my mom I was going to school to become a doctor. And back to the point, she told me something. She said, baby, do what makes you happy. Right? Do what you love. That's what she told me. Do what you love. And so I'll say that to anybody in here today, anytime, and all times, all of us need an education. All of us need that education because you know what? We need that education so we can get through life to get to the point where we need to do what we love. That's right. And I'll tell you this, 1987 was the day that OLB Brown found out that the education she received up to that point was there just so she could get to this point. Yeah. So she could do what she loved. OLB Brown, thank you for having me. And from the depths of my heart now, I love you and everything that you're about. If you ever need me, all you gotta do is, I'll give you my phone number. You ain't even gotta call John. You call me. Yes. But you know what? I'm scared. Well, let me see. No, seriously, because I did the one from Malcolm, right? And then Mandela was first, and then Martin Luther King. I can't leave him out, right? Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King said, is the true goal of education. I would leave y'all with that, but I talked to a kid today, my nephews, my grandnephews. Is that what they are? If they're my nephews, my grandnephews, ages 11 to 18, and I asked them what education meant to them, and then my other nephew, Claude, came in, and we had this big conversation about it, and Martin, Malcolm, Mandela, great, honorable, love those men. But one of the nephews, let me with a quote, and I gotta share it with you. And then I'm gonna get off this stage. But he said, education as a tool is something that allows you to create something out of nothing. My nephew told me that today, because I needed something to talk about. And then he also said, without education, one can be considered to be in the dark. Literally. Those were his words. Those are the words I'm going to leave you with. Because through OLB Brown and this foundation, I think she is the light, and she's taking a bunch of young men and women out of the struggle. Thank you.
Congratulations to the OLB Foundation for 31 years of supporting our community and our children. And I want to invite you to our 17th annual Walk for Education to benefit the OLB Foundation. It will be Saturday, October 5th at beautiful Lake Mirror. It's always a wonderful morning, and I hope you will all come. Thank you so much.
All right, we want to acknowledge now our 4 award recipients. When I call your name, if you could please come up on stage, I would appreciate that. And for the folks in the audience, we also have pictures of the bio on each one of these people in your program as well. If you take a look through, you can see the remarkable work and the remarkable members of the community they are. For our Education Award is Mr. Casey O'Keefe. If you could please come up here. We give a big round of applause. Our Quality Award is Ms. Linda Robinson. Big round of applause.
And tonight I have the distinct pleasure of presenting the Courtroom Award to someone on my team, Lena Robinson. Please join me in congratulating Lena.
Thank you. Ms. Napada Moreau. You'll see how much taller I am than her.
My big sister. Thank you so much, Jackie. You're welcome. I'd like to pay homage to Ms. OLB Brown and all that she has evolved to be today in what she does. And the song that I've chosen to sing this evening for you is written by someone that I think that maybe has the same spirit, similar spirit that she does, Stevie Wonder. And the song pertains to this evening, and the song is titled You and I. Here we are on earth together, just you and I. God has made us fall in love. It's true that I found someone like you. Well, I am glad, at least in my life, I found someone who may not be here forever to see me through. But I found strength in you. Well, in my mind, we can conquer the world in love. You and I, you and I, you and I, you and I.
This is going to be quick because I'm hungry. But I mean, I'll be thinking what I'll put that to be a part of this program, be a part of this purpose that was made. We indicate the purpose, we indicate the food that's going to be fed, we indicate the service that has been given, and the students that have benefited. We thank you now. In Jesus' name, we pray to the Lord and hungry, say amen.
I will be presenting the Community Award to Ms. Asale Kimade. I met, I'm not going to say the year, Ms. Asale on the campus of Cal State East Bay. And we have grown and left each other, but we somehow or another come back and find each other and connect. But Mrs. Saleh is just someone who, you know, I really admire. She's a founder of Grandmothers Who Care. And she teaches children and others about their history. And we know history is very important. So I've always had, we are both human development majors, and so we're always worried about how we grow as people from infants to our death. But anyway, I want to present this community award to Asale Kimade in recognition of your outstanding and dedicated service to the community and especially our senior citizens and children. So Asale, thank you for
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't get to do one we had to speak. First came and praise the God that had a thank you so OLB Brown, and my good friend. This is truly a blessing. I'm just grateful and humble. And my granddaughter is here. And this is the granddaughter. Who told me our history exhibits African American history from antiquity to present times. When she was a little girl, she kept saying, Grandma, Grandma, Grandma. Yes, honey, what? When you die, can I take over the exhibit? I said, yes, ma'am. And she's the one that's here tonight. I'm not going to die, but it's been almost 23, 24 years, and I'm grateful and I'm so proud of her. And then my good friend Barbara Bowles, who's on our board of directors. We believe that the minute a child is introduced to their culture and history, a whole new world opens to them. And we want to let our children know that we are proud people. We come from proud people. We are proud people. And we're strong. And as many children as we can talk to, we can share with, we can let know STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, and Black history. God be the glory. Thank you.
Okay. Can everyone please stand? Because we've been talking about her all night long.
You don't have to do all that.
But I know she's very humble, but Ms. OLB Brown, with our closing remarks, will give her a big round of applause.
Thank you guys so very much. But I was once told to always watch the audience. When you see you losing them, be fast, quick, and get out of here. So it's going to be short and sweet. But first of all, thank all of you so very much. I would like to have the board members and my advisors to please stand. Our board members, Patricia Bennett, John Miller, all you guys, please stand. Also, the students that are still here, alumni and all, please stand up. Thank you guys so much. As always, good evening once again, and thank you very much. It is always a pleasure for me to stand before you, our guests, students, and especially our sponsors, to welcome you to this year's banquet and to personally thank you for supporting the OLB Foundation Promise for the past 31 years. It's a long time. I am honored that you have allowed me to work with you and serve you on behalf of this great organization. I have always been led and will continue to be led by God, because when He commissioned me to do this, I don't know if He was ready, but I wasn't. But you know, they tell me obedience is better than sacrifice, so I stepped out. I would also like to thank our MC, Miss Claudia Wong. Thank you so much for hosting this year's event. A special thank you to Mr. Plummer for his kind words of encouragement to all of us, but especially to our students who will be embarking on new endeavors in the fall. Our third graders will begin in coding this year. Our seventh graders will expand on their coding. And our 10th and 11th grade students have already started their SAT and ACT testing. And are touring colleges while maintaining an above average GPA. So thank you. Saturday morning. And even though a lot of you get to the foundation with the frowns on your face, you still come, and I appreciate it. I would also like to thank some of our alumni that are here tonight. Jeffrey Tony, one of the first one in the program, graduated from Columbia. So proud of Robert Gaynor. Not only is he and his family here, but threw up his hand for a $200 donation
Hollywood. He did the Welcome, Florida A&M. So many of you young students are here. Jai is here from Alabama. They're in college now. Matter of fact, we have 18 students in college now. So I'm proud of you guys. I asked you to follow my lead, and so far, you have done that. And it's not to benefit me, it's to benefit you, because my life is ending and yours is beginning. So whatever Mama Brown don't have, don't worry about it. I'm still better off because I'm not down there picking cotton in Mississippi. I still feel the need to educate our kids today, even greater than it was 31 years ago when I took on this mission. So many of our young people struggle each and every day just to face tomorrow, and a lot of them won't. And those that do, unless we educate them, they will not be prepared for the future. So it's up to us. We must do it. I feel the only way out of poverty is with an education. Money will not take you out. I know millionaires that are broke today and they had money. It won't take you out, but an education will. And even though some of my kids have come back to me, Mama Brown, I have my degree and I don't have a job. It's okay. You have the education, and once you have it, no one can take it away. It's yours. So it may not be ready. Sometimes we think we're ready for the job, but we're not ready for it. Same thing with money. I've seen people with money, but they wasn't in a position to hold it. And so you have to have mind, spirit, and all ready to do that. And so we need to do that. And we as individuals, religious organization, I have lots of ministers here tonight. Thank you guys so much. Community leaders, in cooperation, we must take a stand for some child that is not ours. We can no longer educate our child and feel that our job is finished. Because it's the, quote, bad kid that will pull the gun. But you know what? What did we do to stop that kid? What did we say to him, a kind word, rather than saying, oh, look at old Johnny? Well, you know what? Someone, somewhere, has helped all of us. I don't know who they are, but I guarantee a baby did not raise him or herself. So we need to really take a good look at who we are and whose we are, and to see what can we do to change or to help some child somewhere to make their life a little bit better. And I would say to the kids, you have a responsibility too. You really do. And as you go forward in life and you find your path and you think you're there, always remember, be yourself, because everyone else is taken. One other thing, it's been 31 years here, 40 years in real estate. I just celebrated on July the 1st, 40 years in the field of real estate. And I feel good, but I'm getting old. And so for the first time this year, we brought on an executive director. Not that I'm going in a place, but there's other work that I need to be doing to broaden the foundation and to take it a little further. So I would like to introduce the new executive director that will be working with me is Phyllis O'Para. She was up here a while ago and presented the Community Service Award. Again, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. When I called and asked you, would you be the MC, you didn't change a word. There was a time that you did a story about the OLB Foundation. So, as I said earlier, no one makes it on his own, and you'd be surprised what a little news coverage will do. You do a story, money comes in. So, thank you so much for hosting this year's.
What a privilege. Thank you, Ms. Brown. Pastor Hopkins, our benediction.
The next award is for education. It's an educational award, and it goes to Mr. Casey O'Keefe. privilege of serving on the instructional staff at Oakland Technical High School for 7.5 years. So it says in recognition of his outstanding dedication, commitment, and personal leadership in the field of education. So we'd like to present this, Mr. Casey O'Keefe.
I'd like to thank the OLB Foundation. Thank you, Miss OLB. You're a beautiful young lady, and I'd love to be here next year. You know, I've been teaching for 40 years. Coaching football for 40 years. I've been married to my beautiful wife for 40 years. Soon, why don't you stand up? I got two of my best friends. The first black male principal at Oakland Technical High School, and his beautiful wife, Gwen Olsen. I told my wife I wouldn't say much because I'm not shy, it's just that I talk too much. But I'm going to leave you with 5 things. Lynn Plummer mentioned one. He says, love thyself, to thyself be true. I also would like to say, love what you do. Be the best at it. Change the culture. Change your attitude. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, don't say that, because I'm going to keep going. All right? You can start something. And also, for all you young scholars out there, make a change. We got to change this country and this world. And the most important thing of all is, I want you to VOTE, vote. You must vote. Our forefathers and 4 women fought for us to vote. The black legislation from Reconstruction, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment are real. And I don't know if you're a Republican or Democrat, I can care less. You need to vote. Thank you very much.
But I just want to say good evening to everyone, and I'm honored to accept this corporate award on behalf of First Republic Bank, where it's a privilege to serve you. I'm so honored this evening also to be joined by my wonderful colleagues over at this table here. You all get this I'm delighted tonight to be joined by my mother here at the head table, Peggy Seven, my twin sister, my uncle, and my niece. I'm so happy that they came out to be here tonight to celebrate this great occasion. Just want to say that education is a priority for our philanthropic giving and our volunteer service activities at First Republic Bank. We believe that education is an opportunity for every young person to achieve his or her greatest potential. And so tonight, we want to say to you, Ms. Orly Brown, we thank you for your tireless work that you have done on behalf of so many young people over the years. And we extend our best wishes that many more will benefit from this great foundation you have built. Thank you.
The OLB Foundation presents awards to Richard Lyon,